guys. So, we're going to be talking about Rahu or North Node conjunct Saturn in synastry. And you can watch this video irrespective of the system of astrology you follow, whether it's Vedic or Western, the results will still be the same. So, let's first try to understand what Saturn is individually in astrology before getting into the intricacies of North Node conjunct Saturn. So, Saturn is well, think of Saturn as life's reality check. It's responsibility, discipline, hard work, the stuff you don't want to do but have to do. It's the boss that gives you hard tasks that you don't like, the rules you can't skip, the limits you have to respect. And for example, imagine the job you hate. You don't want to be there, but you can't just quit because bills don't pay themselves. That's Saturn. Or think of a goal you really want, maybe a dream career, maybe the system keeps throwing hurdles at you, rejections, delays, obstacles. So that's Saturn showing you structure, limits, and lessons. Saturn isn't fun for sure, but it's honest. It teaches discipline, accountability, and how to handle reality. Rahu or North Node. So, Rahu is the path you cannot avoid. It's the area of your life where you have no prior experience. So, it naturally comes with fear, trial and error, and a lot of uncertainty. Imagine this: you're born into a family of builders. Your dad runs a successful wardrobe building business. Everything is steady and well set. Naturally, everyone expects you to take over the business, but here you are with Rahu in say your 10th house, feeling this unstoppable pull to do something completely different. You want to enter politics, expose corruption, lead people, make an impact, and you have no experience in this field, no contacts, no roadmaps, but the drive is undeniable. Well, with your Rahu house, it's like even public speaking is something that you have to learn. It isn't even something that is your forte. So that's Rahu, ambitious, unavoidable, and challenging. You have to go there even if it scares you because growth lies in navigating the unknown. It's trial and error, yes, but it's also where your destiny unfolds. Rahu is the greatest reason of your physical existence and for you to be literally born as the individual you are. Simply put, it's your purpose and your destiny. Rahu houses are unavoidable. So that's Saturn, discipline, limits, reality, and Rahu, the unknown, ambition, and inevitable growth. Now imagine these two energies meeting in someone else's chart. That's when the lessons of Rahu conjunct Saturn in synastry really start showing up. In synastry, the first thing that comes to my mind is that what sign is this placed in, what house it is placed in, and how close are the degrees. Usually, Rahu and Saturn both do well together if they are in the signs of Taurus, Libra, Capricorn, and Aquarius. And the houses 2nd, 10th, and 11th. And the synastry creates a very strong yin yang type of bond. There are positives here, but this is not a light or casual connection. If you're not ready to be serious or give your full effort, Saturn will make that very clear through pressure, delays, or challenges. Now, the first thing that matters is, as I said, how close the degrees are. The closer Rahu and Saturn are, the stronger and more intense the connection feels. A tight conjunction can feel extremely heavy and unavoidable. If the degrees are further apart, the effect is still there, just not as overwhelming. At its core, this is a karmic bond, and karmic doesn't always mean forever. It simply means that meeting this person is necessary for your soul's growth. You're meant to cross paths, but whether you stay together depends on your choices, your maturity, and how much inner work both of you are willing to do. There is usually a stickiness in this connection. Even after distance, problems, or major life struggles, letting go is not easy. Many couples who survive serious ups and downs, financial crunches, health problems, emotional crisis often share this kind of synastry. When you meet, the connection feels fated, serious, and emotionally heavy. And very often the relationship begins during an important turning point in life. There's also this quiet feeling in the background like we owe each other something. Delays, obstacles, or even physical distance can appear between you, but that's not random. The real purpose of this bond is to teach both people patience, responsibility, accountability, and emotional maturity. And that's why this connection enters your life in the first place. For example, imagine you meet someone online and the bond feels instantly deep. You live in one country, they're planning to move to your city, and everything feels perfectly aligned. But at the last moment, their plans fail. They stay thousands of miles away, and logically, the connection should end, yet emotionally, you just can't walk away because something inside you keeps saying, this person matters and this is not random. And that's the kind of pull Rahu Saturn creates. Delays, obstacles, or even physical distance can appear between you, but that's not random. The real purpose of this bond is to teach both people patience, responsibility, accountability, and emotional maturity. And that's why this connection enters your life in the first place. Now, the synastry is not just heavy, it is also meaningful. Because the truth is, you both learn lessons from each other that you would never learn otherwise. And and these are not optional lessons. These are the kind of lessons your soul has to learn in this lifetime. And somehow you end up learning them through each other. The biggest themes here are patience, responsibility, accountability, effort, persistence, and perseverance. And delays or frustrations, they're not accidents, they're built into the connection. And if either person refuses to grow, the whole structure of the relationship can slowly collapse. This is also a very slow burning synastry. So if you're dreaming of meeting 6 months dating and then marriage and then baby in 1 year, this is not the story and this is going to heavily disappoint you. Saturn rules everything that takes long time to form. Bones, teeth, glaciers, ice, things that are strong but slow. So with this synastry, nothing meaningful happens quickly. Everything requires real effort because wherever Saturn is in our life, that is the area where destiny will not save us. Only blood, sweat, and tears will move things forward. If you sit and wait around for destiny or fate or angels or universe, whatever it is, to fix the relationship, nothing will change. Even after 7 years, 8 years, or even a decade, you will still be stuck where you are. And that is the harsh truth. Strong mirror effect here. You trigger each other's fears, insecurities, limitations, and places where you're naturally resistant to growth. Sometimes it can feel like criticism or pressure, but actually it's a mirror showing where your soul needs to evolve. This is why I call these couples the red string couples. Like the Chinese folklore of the red thread of fate, like an invisible thread connects two people destined to meet. It may stretch, twist, or tangle, but it never truly breaks. Meeting is fated, but the journey heavy, slow, and deeply transformative. So, this is why it's always very important to be kind with each other. Some things you must accept in this synastry are that growth will be slow and hard. Real commitment will take time and effort. You will be forced to grow up emotionally, mentally, and practically. Avoidance will never work. The same pattern repeats until you face it. So, discomfort is a part of the package, not proof the relationship is wrong, and freedom can feel challenged, especially for the Rahu person because Rahu wants escape. Really, wherever we have Rahu, that's where, we naturally resist responsibility. And Rahu person wants excitement, no responsibility, and escape. But Saturn brings reality, discipline, and structure. So the Rahu person may feel restricted or tested. And if they keep rebelling against structure, the relationship slowly move towards a dead end. Usually, it is the Saturn person who wants commitment, clarity, definition, structure, and the Rahu person keeps delaying. But it's also what makes Rahu Saturn extraordinary. Because when two people do the work, the synastry some can create something incredibly meaningful. A lasting relationship, a very profitable business, a family, a deeply emotionally safe space, a bond that survives real life, not just romance. This is the energy of couples who say we went through hell, but we built something real. So the final truth is simple. If you're lazy, avoid responsibility, run away from maturity, do not invest in this connection, because Saturn will not let you escape, and eventually the fall will be very painful. Do not invest in this connection if you're looking for something casual, and because Saturn will not let you escape. As I said, this relationship will only materialize in the real world if both people take responsibility and accountability. And ultimately, I see this placement. If you have this in synastry, this is a very growth oriented placement. And the only red flag here is that the Rahu person might avoid taking responsibility for too long. Their timeline might keep shifting. Because Rahu is essentially this planet that lives in illusions and postponement. So the Saturn person must ask a very real question. How long am I willing to wait? And if nothing changes, they must be strong enough to walk away. Otherwise, burnout is inevitable. Here's the blunt truth of this synastry: if both people do not learn responsibility, maturity, and put in the effort, nothing will change. And the breakup doesn't happen in 2 years, it happens after 10 exhausting years. Not because love was missing, but with this synastry, because structure was missing. Nobody ever, either of the people involved did not take the responsibility or put in the efforts to make the relationship work. So if you have this synastry and you want a very casual kind of a connection, you better stay away from this person. But if you are willing to make something long term, make something real work for you, then this is the synastry that you go for. And if you're lazy, then again, Saturn is going to punish you like anything. You can stay in this relationship for 10 years, 15 years, nothing will ever move. And again, wherever we have Saturn, that is not the area of our life where we can afford to rely on destiny to fix things for us. That is an area where you have to pick up your toolbox and just start the grind.